There's something sitting quietly on your kitchen shelf right now. Something so common, so overlooked, that most of us pass it by without a second thought. But today, I'm going to show you how this single, underestimated nutrient could play a major role in your prostate health. Not in a magical overnight way. No gimmicks here, just science-backed, practical knowledge you can act on starting today. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll share a powerful bonus tip that can dramatically increase the effectiveness of everything I'll be sharing here. This one simple combination can multiply the benefits of this nutrient, and most people have never even heard of it. So let's talk about the prostate, a small gland that plays a big role in men's health, especially as the years go by. What most people don't realize is that your prostate starts changing much earlier than you feel it. And by the time you notice the signs, frequent nighttime urination, a weak flow, discomfort, those changes may have been underway for years. The truth is, when the prostate is neglected, the risks don't just stop at discomfort or inconvenience. Over time, chronic issues can arise, and quality of life may decline in ways many men never saw coming. That's why knowledge, real, practical understanding, is your best ally. Here's what's surprising. Despite the wealth of research available, there's one nutrient that continues to fly under the radar. A nutrient that doesn't get the spotlight it deserves in the conversation around prostate health. While most people rush toward medications or expensive supplements, the real game changer could be something you're already familiar with. You just didn't know how to use it properly. Before we name it, let's look at the broader picture. Modern life has pulled us far from the roots of good health. Fast food, long hours sitting, processed snacks, stress. We know these don't help, but what they do to the prostate is often misunderstood. See, your prostate is a delicate organ. It responds to inflammation, hormonal changes, mineral imbalances, and even subtle shifts in your daily routine. And the overlooked nutrient we'll be diving into today? It helps regulate many of these factors quietly, without fanfare. It's not trendy, but it's powerful. And there's another layer to this. Preparation and dosage matter more than most people realize. In fact, you could be consuming this nutrient daily and still not reaping its benefits because of one simple mistake in how you prepare your food or combine it with other ingredients. That's why I encourage you to pay close attention to the details in this series. We're talking about your health, your energy, your future. A small misstep might not seem like much now, but years down the line, it could make all the difference. This journey is about empowerment. It's not about fear or urgency. It's about putting the power back in your hands. Every tip you'll hear is grounded in research, in common sense, and in respect for the human body's natural intelligence. No scare tactics, just real information that can help you support one of the most critical organs in your body. So what can you expect from this nutrient? We'll get to the specifics in just a moment, but let me say this. Its ability to reduce inflammation, support healthy hormone balance, and assist in the maintenance of prostate size isn't theory. It's documented. And yet, it's largely ignored in mainstream discussions. That changes now. I want to be clear. The goal here isn't perfection. It's awareness. It's about making small but meaningful shifts in your habits that add up over time. When you understand how your body works and what it truly needs, you can move from reactive to proactive, from confusion to clarity. That's what this series is here to provide. Now, to make the most of what's coming, remember this. Timing, synergy, and method of preparation are everything, and missing just one piece of the puzzle can cost you the full benefit. That's why I urge you to stay through to the final chapter, where I'll not only reveal the optimal way to prepare and combine this nutrient, but also give you that powerful bonus tip I promised. It's something that could change how your body absorbs and uses what you feed it every single day. But first, we need to understand what's going wrong, because before we fix something, we have to see it clearly. That's exactly what we'll explore next. The daily habits and overlooked triggers that may already be harming your prostate without you even realizing it. And the next tip you'll hear? It's one of the most important. Ignoring it won't just limit your results. It could lead to long-term effects that are harder to reverse. Stay with me. If you've ever wondered why prostate problems seem to creep up on so many men, especially after a certain age, the answer lies not just in genetics, but in the daily habits we often overlook. You might be surprised to know that it's not always about what you're doing wrong, but what you're not doing right. And today, we're going to uncover the hidden patterns and choices that might already be influencing your prostate health, whether you realize it or not. Let's start with the basics. The prostate is a gland that never stops responding to your environment. It's highly sensitive to your diet, your stress levels, your sleep, and your physical activity. But here's where it gets interesting. Most men begin developing subtle prostate issues in their 30s or 40s, long before any symptoms show up. The body adapts and compensates for a while, but over time, this quiet buildup of inflammation and hormonal imbalance starts to show itself. And when it does, it's often brushed off as normal aging. The real problem is that our modern lifestyle fuels this process. Take a look at the standard American diet, high in processed meats, sugar, and fried foods, and low in fiber, micronutrients, and healthy fats. This kind of diet contributes to low-grade chronic inflammation, a key factor in the development of prostate enlargement. But inflammation isn't just about food. Chronic stress, poor sleep, and a sedentary lifestyle all play into the same cycle. They throw off your body's hormone balance, disrupt immune function, and, over time, put silent pressure on your prostate. You might be thinking, okay, so what does this have to do with nutrients? Everything. Because your body needs specific raw materials to fight inflammation, to balance hormones, and to support tissue health. And here's the kicker. One of the most powerful of these materials, the one we started talking about earlier, is something most men are not getting enough of. Not because it's rare or exotic, but because our diets and lifestyles actively deplete it or block its absorption. This overlooked nutrient is zinc. It's essential for testosterone production, immune response, cell repair, and yes, prostate function. In fact, the prostate contains more zinc than almost any other tissue in the male body. That's not a coincidence. Zinc plays a central role in regulating the size and health of the prostate. It helps control inflammation, supports healthy sperm production, and may even slow the progression of certain prostate issues when maintained at adequate levels. But here's the challenge. Zinc doesn't work alone. It needs a supportive environment to function properly, and most modern habits create the opposite. Alcohol consumption, smoking, sugar-heavy diets, and even high calcium intake can interfere with zinc absorption. Not to mention that stress causes your body to burn through it faster. So even if you think you're getting enough, you might not be keeping it. There's more. Phytates, natural compounds found in whole grains, legumes, and some seeds, can bind to zinc in your digestive tract and prevent your body from using it. That means even when you're eating so-called healthy foods, if they're not prepared properly, like soaking or sprouting, they could be making it harder for your body to access the zinc you need. And this is where it becomes clear. Prostate health isn't just about adding something in. It's about understanding the full picture. What supports absorption, what blocks it, and what lifestyle factors tip the balance in your favor. So how do you break this cycle? First, you start by making small, intentional changes that reduce inflammation. Add more whole, unprocessed foods to your diet, especially those rich in zinc like pumpkin seeds, shellfish, especially oysters, grass-fed beef, chickpeas, and cashews. Cut back on processed sugars and trans fats. Move your body daily, even if it's just a 20-minute walk. Prioritize your sleep. Reduce stress through breathwork, meditation, or simply stepping away from screens more often. Because when the body is under less pressure, it can use nutrients more effectively. That's when the magic happens. Not because of a miracle supplement, but because of consistent habits that give your cells what they need to thrive. The big takeaway here is this. Your prostate doesn't deteriorate overnight. It responds to the choices you make every day. And while aging is a natural process, declining prostate health doesn't have to be. You have more influence than you think, and zinc is one powerful key among several. But only if you understand how to use it right. What I'm about to show you next could be the difference between using zinc effectively or unknowingly wasting its potential. Because the form, the dose, and the way you combine it with other nutrients all matter deeply. And the next tip? It's one of the most important. If you overlook it, not only will your results be limited, you might also trigger unwanted effects over time. Don't miss it. Now that we've seen how lifestyle and diet can quietly erode prostate health, it's time to shine a light on the nutrient at the heart of this conversation: zinc. You may have heard of it before, maybe even taken it during flu season or seen it listed on the back of a multivitamin bottle. But what you may not realize is just how central zinc is to the health of your prostate, and how the form and context in which you consume it can make all the difference. Zinc isn't just a supporting player in your body. It's a core component in over 300 enzymatic reactions, many of which are directly involved in hormone regulation, immune function, and cellular repair. Your prostate, in particular, holds some of the highest concentrations of zinc in the entire human body. But why would this small gland require so much of it? The answer lies in the delicate balance the prostate maintains between growth and stability. Zinc acts as a modulator. It helps control the proliferation of prostate cells and may prevent them from growing too quickly, especially in the presence of testosterone and its more potent form, DHT, dihydrotestosterone. There's also a protective element. Zinc plays a key role in reducing oxidative stress inside prostate tissue. Think of oxidative stress like rust inside your body. It damages cells, accelerates aging, and contributes to inflammation. Zinc acts like a natural rust remover. It neutralizes damaging molecules before they can accumulate and trigger larger problems. This is especially important as we age and our bodies become more vulnerable to stress and inflammation. But here's where it gets tricky. Zinc is only as effective as its availability. And while it's present in many foods, like oysters, pumpkin seeds, cashews, and beef, the absorption rate varies wildly depending on how you prepare and combine those foods. For example, a handful of raw pumpkin seeds might seem like a healthy snack, but if they haven't been soaked or lightly roasted to reduce their phytic acid content, you may absorb only a fraction of the zinc they contain. Similarly, pairing a zinc-rich food with dairy or calcium-heavy items can reduce absorption because calcium competes with zinc at the receptor sites in your digestive tract. This is why many people unknowingly stay zinc deficient even while making what they think are healthy choices. Multivitamins often contain zinc oxide, a form with very low bioavailability. That means your body may only absorb a small portion, and the rest passes through unused. If you're serious about optimizing your zinc intake, you need to look for forms like zinc picolinate or zinc citrate, which have been shown to be more easily absorbed. And remember, zinc doesn't work in isolation. It requires cofactors, nutrients that help it do its job properly. Vitamin B6, for instance, helps zinc function at the cellular level. Magnesium supports enzyme activity that enhances zinc metabolism. Without these partners, zinc's potential is reduced, even if you're getting the right amount. There's another piece of this puzzle worth exploring. Zinc has a fascinating interaction with male hormones, particularly testosterone. Studies suggest that low levels of zinc are linked to lower testosterone production. This matters because testosterone isn't just about libido. It plays a role in muscle strength, mood, energy, and yes, prostate stability. When testosterone is low or poorly regulated, the body compensates in ways that can disrupt this fragile balance, potentially contributing to issues like prostate enlargement. Zinc helps keep this process in check by preventing the excessive conversion of testosterone to DHT, a more aggressive hormone that's been linked to prostate growth. That's why this isn't just about one nutrient. It's about the entire system. Supporting your prostate means thinking beyond isolated symptoms and addressing the underlying factors that shape your internal environment. Zinc is one piece of that strategy, and when used wisely, it has the power to influence your health far beyond what most people expect. But here's the key. It has to be done right. Too little zinc, and your body can't keep up with the demands of stress, aging, or inflammation. Too much, and you risk interfering with the absorption of other essential minerals like copper. Balance is the name of the game. The goal isn't to load your body with a single nutrient. It's to create the right conditions for your prostate to function naturally, with less resistance and fewer disruptions. This is where awareness becomes empowerment. You now know more about zinc's relationship with prostate health than most people ever will. And that's a powerful thing. It means you can make better decisions about the foods you eat, the supplements you choose, and the habits you develop. What comes next may surprise you even more. Because as powerful as zinc is, there's a side of the story that rarely gets told. A hidden trap that can quietly sabotage all your efforts, even if you're doing everything else right. The next step could mean the difference between healing and harming. And overlooking it might not just slow your progress, it could introduce new problems you hadn't anticipated. Don't miss it. Even when you're doing many things right, eating zinc-rich foods, avoiding processed meals, cutting back on sugar, there's still one obstacle that often flies under the radar. It's the kind of thing that doesn't make headlines or end up on flashy wellness blogs, but it can be the silent reason your body isn't reaping the benefits of all your efforts. And that obstacle is nutrient interference. Think of your digestive system like a crowded highway. Nutrients are the cars trying to reach their destinations, your cells. But some cars are larger, more aggressive, and block others from passing through. This is what happens inside your body when certain minerals and compounds compete for the same absorption pathways. And zinc is particularly vulnerable in this traffic jam. Let's break it down. Calcium, for example, shares the same absorption channels in your gut as zinc. That means if you consume a calcium-rich meal, like a bowl of cereal with milk or a cheesy pasta, right alongside your zinc source, they'll compete for entry. The result? Your body may absorb far less zinc than expected. And this is a common pattern in the typical North American diet, where dairy is consumed frequently and often paired with meals that might otherwise be beneficial. Then there's iron. High-dose iron supplements, often taken by women or those with anemia, can reduce zinc absorption when taken together. Even phytates, naturally occurring compounds found in whole grains, legumes, and nuts, can bind to zinc in the digestive tract, making it harder for your body to use. These phytates aren't inherently bad, they have benefits. But when consumed in large amounts without proper preparation, like soaking, fermenting, or sprouting, they can quietly limit your nutrient uptake over time. You might be thinking, should I just avoid all these foods? Absolutely not. The goal here isn't to fear food, it's to work with it. Understanding how your body processes nutrients empowers you to adjust your timing and preparation, not restrict your choices. For example, if you eat oatmeal or whole grain bread, soaking the grains overnight can reduce phytate levels and improve mineral absorption. If you take a zinc supplement, spacing it out from dairy or iron-rich meals by a couple of hours can make a real difference. Here's another consideration: the health of your gut itself. If your digestive system is inflamed, overburdened, or lacking healthy bacteria, nutrient absorption will suffer, regardless of how well you eat. Conditions like leaky gut, chronic stress, and even overuse of antibiotics can compromise your intestinal lining and microbiome. When that happens, your body's ability to absorb zinc and other key nutrients drops significantly. So what can you do about it? Start by improving your digestive environment. Incorporate more fermented foods into your diet, such as kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi, to support your gut flora. Eat more fiber-rich vegetables that feed good bacteria. Chew your food thoroughly and eat mindfully to support digestion. Avoid eating heavy meals late at night and give your body time between meals to fully process what you've consumed. Next, be strategic about your food pairings. Focus on meals that are simple and nutrient-focused. If you're targeting zinc intake, eat your zinc-rich foods on their own or with ingredients that support absorption, like healthy fats and vitamin C-rich vegetables. A salad with pumpkin seeds, avocado, and bell peppers, for instance, can offer a powerful blend of bioavailable nutrients with minimal competition. And finally, be cautious with supplementation. More isn't always better. Excess zinc can interfere with copper balance, leading to other issues like fatigue or weakened immunity. If you're considering supplements, talk to a health professional and choose high-quality forms like zinc picolinate or zinc bisglycinate. These forms are gentler on the stomach and more efficiently absorbed. This deeper understanding of nutrient interactions is what separates guesswork from real progress. And now, you're no longer guessing. You're starting to build a foundation that supports your prostate health from multiple angles, not just by adding nutrients, but by removing the obstacles that prevent them from working. Because here's the bottom line. Even the best foods and supplements won't help if your body can't absorb them. And this is where many well-meaning efforts fall short. It's not about lack of willpower, it's about lack of knowledge. Now that you have it, use it. But be ready, because we're about to enter the part of the journey where we put everything together. And if you skip this next step, the balance you've worked so hard to create could be disrupted in ways that affect more than just your prostate. The next strategy is among the most important you'll hear. Ignoring it won't just reduce your results, it might introduce risks you never expected. Stay with me. By now, we've unpacked how zinc plays a vital role in prostate health, how your lifestyle and food choices influence its absorption, and how small nutrient interactions can make or break your results. But there's another layer that's often misunderstood, or worse, completely ignored. It's the way people try to fix the problem too quickly, without respecting the natural rhythms of the body. See, once someone learns about the power of zinc and the importance of gut health, the next move usually involves rushing to the supplement aisle. It's an understandable reaction. We live in a culture built around quick solutions. But the truth is, over-supplementing or choosing the wrong form of a nutrient can backfire, especially when it comes to minerals that require careful balance. Let's talk about one of the most common mistakes, using zinc supplements in high doses without monitoring other nutrients like copper. Zinc and copper have a unique relationship in the body. While they're both essential, too much zinc can block copper absorption, leading to a deficiency. And low copper levels are no small matter. They can weaken the immune system, affect cardiovascular health, and even contribute to neurological issues over time. The key isn't to flood your body with zinc, but to introduce it in a measured, supportive way that reflects how your system actually works. Think of your body not as a machine that needs parts replaced, but as a garden that requires balance. The right nutrients, at the right time, with the right care. And just like overwatering a plant can be as harmful as not watering it at all, over-supplementing zinc can do more harm than good. Another common mistake is assuming that all forms of zinc are equal. Zinc gluconate, zinc sulfate, zinc oxide. These are often found in standard supplements, and yet their absorption rates vary widely. Some forms are inexpensive but poorly absorbed. Others are gentler on the stomach, but require pairing with food to avoid nausea. And here's something few people realize. Your body absorbs zinc better when it's consumed with protein-rich meals and paired with natural cofactors, such as vitamin B6 or magnesium. Beyond the form, timing matters too. Taking zinc at the wrong time of day, or alongside foods that compete with its absorption, like dairy or iron-heavy meals, can dramatically reduce its effectiveness. And yet, many men pop a multivitamin with breakfast, unaware that the milk in their coffee or the calcium in their cereal may be blocking the very benefits they're aiming for. There's also the question of synergy, how different nutrients support or hinder each other's functions. For instance, omega-3 fatty acids from fish or flax seeds help reduce inflammation, creating a more favorable internal environment for zinc to do its job. On the flip side, high sugar intake increases urinary zinc excretion, which means that even if you're consuming enough, your body may be losing it too quickly to maintain healthy levels. So what's the solution? It's not about complexity, it's about consistency. Instead of relying solely on pills, build habits around natural, whole food sources of zinc. Snack on lightly toasted pumpkin seeds. Add chickpeas or lentils to your salads. Choose grass-fed beef or seafood a few times per week. And if you do take a supplement, opt for a moderate dose in a bioavailable form and always pay attention to how your body responds. This isn't just about zinc anymore. It's about respecting your body's feedback. If you notice side effects, digestive upset, fatigue, or unusual symptoms, it might be a sign that you're pushing too hard in one direction. The goal is not to micromanage every nutrient, but to build a lifestyle that supports balance. When we try to rush healing or force results, we often miss the quiet signs our bodies are giving us. Real change is subtle, steady, and rooted in understanding. That's how you support your prostate, not with megadoses or one-size-fits-all solutions, but with intention. And now, it's time to bring everything together. You've learned about the nutrient. You've learned how to enhance its absorption. But what if there were a way to take all of this, every insight, and amplify it naturally through preparation? The next tip is one of the most important you'll hear. Ignoring it won't just reduce your results, it could lead to unexpected effects that undermine all your progress. Stay with me. Everything we've explored so far leads to this. You now understand how zinc supports prostate health, what blocks or enhances its absorption, and how habits can either nourish or sabotage your results. But there's one final step that can transform all of this knowledge into lasting change: the way you prepare and combine what you consume. You see, it's not just what you eat, it's how you eat it. And when it comes to zinc, the right preparation method can significantly amplify its effects, while the wrong one can strip away much of its value. Take pumpkin seeds, for example. They're one of the richest plant-based sources of zinc, but many people roast them at high temperatures or coat them with table salt. That combination not only degrades their nutrient profile, but also introduces inflammatory compounds that counteract the benefits. The better approach? Use low heat. Lightly toast your pumpkin seeds at a gentle temperature, no more than 300 degrees, about 150 degrees, and skip the refined salt. Instead, add a pinch of sea salt or Himalayan salt to enhance flavor without compromising mineral balance. Even better, soak the seeds overnight before roasting. This helps break down phytic acid, making the zinc more bioavailable. A small step with a big impact. Now let's take it one step further. Certain compounds can boost zinc absorption even more when paired correctly. A great example is turmeric, a golden spice with anti-inflammatory properties. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, works synergistically with zinc to reduce oxidative stress in prostate tissue. But curcumin alone isn't easily absorbed. That's where black pepper comes in. Piperine, found in black pepper, enhances the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. So imagine this: a prostate-supportive blend made with lightly toasted pumpkin seeds, a dash of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. This combination delivers zinc, healthy fats, anti-inflammatory compounds, and powerful nutrient synergy, all in one simple preparation. It can be added to salads, blended into a smoothie, or eaten on its own as a daily ritual. Here's the bonus tip I promised. Add this mix to a meal that includes healthy fats like avocado, wild salmon, or a few slices of boiled egg. Why? Because fat enhances the absorption of both fat-soluble nutrients and minerals like zinc. It slows digestion, allowing your body more time to break down and absorb what it needs. This is how you move from passive consumption to intentional nourishment. You're no longer just taking in nutrients. You're creating conditions in your body that allow them to thrive. And that shift can have a ripple effect across your entire health picture. Better energy, more restful sleep, less inflammation, greater hormonal stability. But this is also the moment of truth. Because knowing what to do and actually doing it are two different things. Real results come not from information alone, but from application. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Small daily actions that align with how your body was designed to function. And as we close this journey together, I want to leave you with a message of encouragement. Your health is not a mystery. It's not something that slips away with age unless you let it. Every choice you make has the potential to support your well-being or diminish it. And now, you have the tools to choose wisely. If this information has helped you, if it's brought clarity, motivation, or even just curiosity, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Because the more people understand how their bodies work, the better we all become at living well, aging well, and supporting each other in the process. Like, comment, subscribe if you found value here, but more importantly, take action. Your prostate will thank you, and so will the future version of yourself. Now remember this: the greatest changes happen not from what you add, but from what you understand. And choosing to ignore this final step, that's not just missing out. It's a risk you don't need to take. Stay informed, stay intentional, and most of all, stay committed to your health.